Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the official second experiment. We're just going to start with getting some tests going here. Once again, we are going to be using our water beads. Orbeez is what I'll call them because water beads sounds ridiculous. I have went out and got some of these plastic eggs. They're very poor quality plastic, but I got them from Walmart, and they came with little plastic bags that you put them in, and that's what you use to dye, and they came with these liquid dye packets. I have some curiosities about using the liquid dye that comes with these plastic eggs versus using actual, my neon food coloring that I used in the first experiment. And once I do these, I'm going to add a little bit of water to each one. Then I'm going to add a little bit of color to each one. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little mini solo cups here, and I'm going to actually just sit it in there. That way it has something to hold it up and it's not going anywhere. And I have a little 1 ml syringe that I'm going to use so that I can get the approximate same amount of each color into each cup, at least for these dyes. And then of course with these I have the dropper system, and I'll do probably about 5 drops in each because there's not very much going on here. So to get started, we have our 4 different liquid dye colors. We have pink, green, blue, and yellow. Pretty simple, pretty easy, normal Easter colors. And then we have purple, green, blue, and pink of our neon colors, which of course I can mix together, make different colors. Same with these guys, you can mix them, make different colors. So I only have 4 mason jars here, 3 of one size and 1 very large one because I don't have 4 of this size. That's okay, no big deal, no issues. This test is going to help me figure out which 4 colors I want to use for my egg dyeing for the big dye batches. I have a lot of Orbeez, so we're going to be able to easily fill up all 4 of these, 4 different colors, and then just kind of go from there and see how we want to do this. So anyway, I guess let's get started. First thing I want to do is I want to get these set up in here. And I am not looking forward to this because this is going to be messy. Okay. I'm just going to sit those down in there. I'm going to do that for each one of these. Okay. So I've got all those cut open. Now in the instructions for these, okay, it says you place an egg inside of a bag and you put a few drops of the dye. And that is it. You're not supposed to add any water or anything like that, but since we're doing Orbeez, we're going to add water. That's why I don't know if they're going to work or not. But, so I've got my big old syringe here, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to start off with probably about 1 teaspoon of water in each of these, and just start with that and see what happens. If I need to add more later, if I don't feel like that's going to be enough, that's not going to be enough, so we're going to go up to 2. So I'm going to add another one to this one. What I like about this syringe, which you can get from pretty much anywhere, is that you can kind of set how much you want, and you're always going to get the same amount. So yeah, I think 2 teaspoons is going to be perfect for these. Might even need another one, but we'll see after we get the dye in. We'll see how it does. Now for the liquid dyes, it does just say add a few drops. So I think I'm going to go with 1/4 ml just to start off with. I'm not really sure how it's going to work. I've also got myself some toothpicks here that I'm going to use to kind of mix these up. Okay, I'm going to try to get these out of the way here. Oh my gosh. Talk about a mess. Just look at that. Yep, that's fun. That's probably going to be there forever. Okay, let's get the box out of the way there. Okay, so I'm going to start with the pink. We're going to go about 1/4 ml. I think that's probably going to be enough. Oh, geez. I don't know. I don't know. I've never used these before, so I don't really know how it's going to work. I'm just rinsing my syringe over here. Dry off the tip. And we're going to go, and we're going to do the same for each of these. You know what, instead of using that, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and do my drops of food coloring too. Okay. So I think that's going to be very heavily saturated, but I did 5 drops. I did 10 drops for a pretty big container, so. I'm just going to kind of swirly. Swirly. It's very dark. Interesting. Okay. I'd say it's probably about the same amount in each one. Dye to drops and such. I might have to add a little bit more water throughout the process, but honestly, as of right now, I think this is just going to be where it is. And I will have to just check back on them. I'm going to leave them for a full 24 hours, if not longer, to make sure that they have soaked up as much as I want them to. And then it'll be, I guess, time to dye some eggs. So I guess I will see you back when these are fully grown and soaked up all the color they can soak up, see how they do. I can already tell that I'm going to have to add a little bit of extra liquid to some of them. So I think I might actually go ahead and do that. I gotta get some more water first. Okay, so I got my clean water, and I'm just going to go ahead and add another 2 teaspoons to it. Okay, so I'm just going to leave these guys and let them do their thing, and then we'll test them, see how they look on different eggs, and then we'll pick our 4 favorite, and then we'll get to let Ellie help us dye some eggs for Easter. Catch you back whenever these are fully grown. We can do some testing and then go from there. Alright guys, it's the next day. It's been about 24 hours or so. These guys have soaked up as much as they're gonna soak up. I've got my eggs here. I just went ahead and boiled 8 eggs instead of using my plastic ones because I know that Skylar will eat these regardless of what's on the outside of them. So instead of wasting my expensive plastic eggs that I have here, I just went ahead and used real eggs because that's fun. So these guys, I'm going to move all of this stuff off to the side because I don't want to spill it because it would be a pain if I spilled it, and I don't want to do that. Then I got my 4 colors of food coloring here. I'll just move off to the side as well. I don't know how this is going to work. So this is the liquid dyes that came with my plastic eggs. This is the food coloring. They're both mixed in with water to help soak these up. These are definitely more pigmented, more colored. These are still fairly see-through and such. None of them have like any actual liquid left, which is fine. but I also don't think they're wet enough to dye the eggs. So we're just gonna, what I'm gonna do, which is kind of goofy, I left these lids on all night too to make sure that it didn't like evaporate or whatever. So, I'm just gonna dip eggs down in here. Now I am getting this stuff all over my hands already. Okay, so the blue and the yellow of the liquid dye look pretty pigmented as well, and actually have stained the cup, looks like. These, I'm just getting stuff all over me. Look at that. I'm going to be multicolored by the end of this. So what I'm going to do is I have a bowl of vinegar here, just distilled white vinegar. And I'm actually going to just put these eggs in and swirl them around for just a little bit, just to soften up their shells, make it a little bit more porous, be a lot more likely to be able to see any color go into them. I'm kind of just going to like roll these around a little bit in here. Okay, I went ahead and added some water to this, just some cold faucet water, because I didn't have enough vinegar to like soak all the egg. I'm just going to leave it there for just a few minutes. I don't want to do too much because we are going to eat these eggs, but I just want to do that for just a few minutes, soften up the shell. I can see some bubbles coming up on it. It's like I put it in peroxide. And these are freshly boiled, like I just boiled them like an hour ago. Alright, I'm not going to do too much more of that actually, because that's already really porous. Alright, so I'm actually just going to take them and sit them down in here like this. A lot of recipes say to leave it in the vinegar for like 2 minutes, but I really don't think I needed that at all. My gosh. So the plan is, whenever I actually am getting ready to dye my eggs, right, is I'm going to have, you know, these big mason jars, or this really big mason jar, full of colors, which is why we're doing this experiment, to see which of these 8 colors, we can only pick 4, so which of these 8 colors work the best on dyeing the eggs. And then we're going to fill up one of these with each color of those Orbeez and let the Orbeez soak up all of that. I'm going to try to drain as much of the excess liquid as I can out of them after that. And then we're just going to like stick eggs like actually down in it, like using some tongs or something. Just stick the eggs down in it and leave them there for like 5 or 10 minutes. And that is how we're going to actually dye them. And I know it's going to get some streaks and stuff on it, but that's okay. I'm really curious. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Oh, that one's working. Ooh, that one's looking good. Guys, this is looking cool. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm actually just going to rotate like this on these guys and on these guys. These aren't doing near as much as my food coloring ones are. I cannot wait to show you guys this. So I'm actually going to do it this way for right now. Is I'm just going to let them kind of soak a few minutes on each side and then rotate them, and I'll let you guys see the finished product. So check this out. This is what's going on, right? Look at this. Look at this. This is actually working out really well, doing it just this way instead of even putting it in the big ones with the food coloring. And with the blue dye, it's kind of making cool little like zebra stripes and stuff. But the green, it's not really working very well, and the pink is not really working very well. It's kind of working, but not super great. The yellow, on the other hand, is like barely doing anything. So I think I'm going to stick definitely with the food coloring on this one, because look at that. Oh, try to show you like this color. It's yellow and green. It's amazing, and I love it. And the blue and the purple and the pink. Oh, I love it. So definitely I'm just going to stick straight up with the food coloring. I'm not even going to worry about those. If we do anything with those, it'll just be like dyeing the whole egg and letting Ellie like paint on it or something. I don't know. But definitely sticking with these. Alright, so there you have it. If you're getting the liquid dye that comes with the little plastic eggs from Walmart, does not soak into the Orbeez very well. I mean, I guess it soaks in, but it doesn't pigment the Orbeez very well. Whereas the food coloring one, let me dry my hand so I can show you. The food coloring one really does a good job at polka dotting, which is the whole point of this. So you can see where I laid it down at. You can see how it's yellow kind of on the outside and then green on the inside of the polka dots, which I think is awesome. And I really think Ellie is just going to love that. This one here, so I kind of swirled this one a little bit more. I actually think if I'm going to do this, I'm going to sit it down in it. Like just kind of like, you know, on top of it, pick it up and rotate it. But we might play with that. I mean, it's plastic eggs. I can paint over them if I need to. This one here is actually still drying. Must have got some water on it. Here's the purple one. Now, I would like to try to make this a little bit more purple, just because it's not quite as purple as I want. It's more of a pink, but this one, this is like a hot pink with like red and light pink mixed in. You can see where I dragged it a little bit and then I started picking it up and rotating it, but that is just so cool. I think it looks awesome. But the other guys, the blue one of this one looks decent. I mean, it looks like little stripes, so I guess that's okay. But as far as like actual polka dotting, didn't do great. Probably just be better to, you know, to dye it whole or something. But, you know, this liquid dye is not necessarily meant for this type of egg. The liquid dye is meant for these plastic eggs. So, I mean, they're meant for plastic. They're not meant for this. Much different. So, it probably would work on this. Not necessarily with the Orbeez, but to actually dye the egg, this would work. So, there you go. Food coloring and water. Put your Orbeez in. Let them soak it up overnight. And then soak your eggs in vinegar for just a few minutes after boiling them. And letting them cool. And voila. You has polka dotted Easter eggs. And I love them. I can't wait to show them to Ellie. And we are actually going to be coloring eggs, but I'm not going to do that probably until way later. Because we still have 6 days until Easter. And I've got to get this video put up. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed. And I hope that, you know, you kind of got to see a little bit more of what I was trying to talk about in the last video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out, of course. It's very terrible. My editing is awful, but that's okay. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful Easter. Hug your family and hug your friends. Tell them you love them. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!